long matches, so you know, the match a little shorter than any of us would have thought, but not bad for you, right? Helps save some energy for you, I would imagine, down the track.
Yeah, well, I played him a few weeks ago in Brisbane. First round, it was a tough match, three tough sets, and you know, I was expecting another tough one today, and it's so hot on the court. So I mean, it's obviously good for me that, you know, I get to conserve a bit of energy, but tough for him. It's first time for him in the fourth round of a slam, and he's obviously struggling.
Yeah, what did he do so well against you in Brisbane? That was the first match of the year for you, and sometimes those are tricky, but didn't look like he was able to hurt you at all. What was different in Brisbane than today?
I felt like I moved better from the start of the match in Brisbane. He came out swinging, and I wasn't ready for it. I'd never played him before and hadn't seen him play a match before, so wasn't sure what to expect. He came out with some huge shots early on, had me worried, and I just managed to come back in time.
We were tracking the service speeds in the first set for both of you guys, and I think the fastest serve of the entire set was about 183K, which, you know, we've seen some second servers bigger than that in this tournament. What was the thinking behind that?
Well, from that end, it's pretty tough. The sun was right in our eyes right at the start, so both of us were just sort of kicking it in. It's so tough to see. And then when I saw he wasn't moving so well, I was trying to get a few more first serves in, start the point, and get him running, which sounds bad, but that was the tactic, and it worked.
Well, it's a little bit cruel, and you have a new coach in Ivan Lendl, who was known for being fairly cruel himself against opponents. I never beat him, son of a gun. He's gone. But bringing on someone like Lendl, we haven't seen much of him in tennis in the last 15 or so years. Why'd you call Ivan? Why him? Why do you need him now?
Well, he went through a lot of the same experience as me. At the beginning of his career, he lost his first 4 slam finals before he won one, and I've obviously been to 3 and not quite made it. And also, he has been out of tennis a long time, so when I spoke to him, sort of reached out to him, and he was positive about working with me, that gave me an extra bit of confidence that someone like him believed in me, and hopefully it'll get me some extra success.
Well, you had a great year in the slams last year. Semi-finals are better in all of them, a finals here. Is there something that you're looking for tactically to change in your game, or is it a mental outlook? I mean, what are the things that you feel like you need to improve that he can help you with?
Well, it's a bit of both. I mean, the mental side is huge in tennis. You know, something that I've tried to improve. It's definitely got better over the years, but I feel more confident and comfortable on the court this year for sure. And just playing closest to the baseline, a lot of critics and pundits have told me, you know, like yourself, yeah, you know, say, you know, play more aggressive, take more chances. But it's actually, I have quite a heavy ball. It's just sometimes I get too far behind the baseline. I'll play behind the Melbourne sign sometimes, and your ball does nothing there. So I'm trying to play closer to the baseline, take my opponent's time away, and that's it. So,
I mean, you've beaten all the top guys in different tournaments, and in majors you've beaten these guys. Does the final feel that much different than playing a semi-final or a quarter-final for you?
It has done, yeah. It has been different, which is something that, you know, I need to sort of work on. You know, it's a mental thing. You need to put to the back of your mind. I don't know if you're aware, but in the UK we haven't won a Grand Slam in like 100 years.
Shocking. No. Have they talked about that?
I haven't heard many people talking about it the last 5 or 6 years. So, you know, there's an element of that as well, and it's something that I've just got to deal with. I've got better at it the last few years, but hopefully this year will be different.
Now, the first thing that I thought when I saw Ivan was going to be working with you was, well, that's interesting. Ivan hasn't coached before. Strange combination, very different personalities, but it makes sense for the reasons that you've laid out. How have the personalities been? How are you guys getting along? What's that relationship like?
It's actually a lot more similar than you would think. I think on the court, he was, you know, a lot of people describe him as sort of robotic, which is something that I would like to get better at sometimes, a bit up and down emotionally, and need to be a bit more stable. But off the court, similar sense of humour. Yeah, and you know him probably better than I do. I've only known him a couple of weeks. I mean, he's a fun guy. He's always cracking jokes, so he's good to have around. That's
what I want to get into, because I do know him better than you do. I spent a lot of time around him, and I've heard you and many people in the media describe him as funny, and it always makes me think, are they talking about the same guy that I know? I mean, he's funny in a strange way, not in a ha-ha way. That's the way I see it. So I want to know, give me an example of a joke from Ivan Lendl that makes you laugh.
I promise none of them are clean enough for TV. None of them. none of them are close enough.
Obviously, he's saving the good material for you. Well, you're saving your good material. You played great today. You got out of it early. Now you've got Tsonga or Nishikori, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Is that who you got? Tsonga won the first set. And what do you think about that match for you as we look ahead?
I played him a lot. Great athlete, one of the best athletes on the tour, and he had probably his best year on tour last year. Huge hitter of the ball, makes it difficult for you, doesn't give you too much rhythm. Actually lost him on this court about 4 years ago, maybe, in the first round. Just a tough opener, and it'll be a tough one, but I'm playing well.
Well, Nishikori was not done. He's in there as well. What about Kei? That's just getting going. There's not a score up there, but what do you think about Kei as well?
Yeah, I played Kei at the end of last year for the first time. He's coming through. He's probably going to be in the top 20, I would have thought, after this week, and he's tough as well. He had a win against Novak at the end of last year, which not many people managed to do last year. It was only maybe 6 or 7 losses for him, and yeah, good athlete, works hard, and he's got a whole country behind him in Japan. He's a huge star there, so it'll be tough.
That sounds familiar. It sounds like you described him yourself. Well, good luck. Don't worry about that 100-year thing. Just play your game out here. Andy Murray, comfortably through. Serena's up soon.
Almost longer than the match, but illuminating. Andy Murray through in just